What's up, folks? Back for a video today. A kind of shitty topic. Um, so, going over the last couple track days and looking at the videos that I put up a little bit more closely, one thing I noticed was that I could see the inside of the car a lot better. Some of you may have noticed that the exterior was washed out a little bit because I forgot to change some settings. Um, but I figured since I had the opportunity, I would zoom in and take a closer look at some of my gauges, specifically my oil pressure gauge. Now, I've been running the same setup with regards to um, the oiling system since I've been tracking the car, and I've never noticed an issue. Now, that doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot because most of the time I'm focused on really not much other than the road in front of me, other than the occasional glance down. But I did take the opportunity to study the gauges a little bit more closely, and I'll roll some video with some voiceover of what I found. But um, the long and the short of it was I found that I'm seeing pressure dips, at least at Palmer, that were clearly evident. um, that definitely will need to be addressed, I think, or I would at least like to try to address them. Uh, so I'll go through, play that voiceover video for you. And if anybody has any questions, suggestions, comments, leave them down below. And yeah, let's get on with it.
So in the video, we're starting off somewhere around here. So our oil pressure gauge is right here, and it reads from 0 to 5 bar. And we're going to see it drop down to about 2 bar. Can't see it great on the screen, but we'll hit play here. So as we're about to jump on the brakes, we're at about 3 bar, which is pretty normal. And we'll play this through a little bit. Brakes. And right as we're about to hit our turn in mark, we'll see the pressure drop from the 3 bar to about 2. There's the drop. So that's very clear. Now I'm focusing down track, so I have no idea that this happened. And as I said, I didn't notice it until I was watching the video back later. And as we bleed the G's off, we build pressure back up. So coming down the straight, I'm just going to zoom fast forward a bit. I was curious whether or not I was having this type of drop in any of the other corners. So here's another pretty hard right. We'll just zoom in on the oil pressure so we can see we're just under 4 bar. And hit play. Again, hard on the brakes, down a gear, hard right. We can see a very quick dip, but not nearly as pronounced. Now this was on a later session of the day. What was interesting is if we go back to an earlier session in the day, I noticed whether if I'm not taking that specific corner, the first one that we looked at quite as hard, or it was on the very first couple of laps, I didn't notice as big of a dip. So here we're going into that turn. I'm stuck in some traffic. We can see we're going in at about 4 bar, and I'll hit play here. And we can see very little drop, if at all. And I'm just going to go back to another. So here we are again, same corner again, early in the day. Oil temp's cool. And we're hard on the brakes. And basically no drop with the cold oil. So we've got some things to try to work out on that front, but I wanted to get that evidence up of oil pressure issues that a lot of people have talked about when it comes to these cars. Apparently, mine are not quite as resolved as I thought.
So that's it for today's video, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe to the channel. I'm sure there'll be more stuff on the oil system of my 996 as we go along. Hopefully some stuff that may fix it. And we've got some other upgrades and parts to be thrown at the car in the upcoming weeks. So uh, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk to you again soon.